evening, race fans, and welcome to Phoenix. We're at Legacy Phoenix tonight for the Veterans Only race presented by Tyler Daniels Racing and Back Sports. I'm Andy Shaner. As always, I don't know if Tommy's here. Let's see if Tommy's ready. Hey, Tommy.
I am actually ready, Andy. I have missed this so much. Glad you're back after that much-needed vacation, man. I'm looking forward to this race tonight.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad to be back. I had a little vacation. Went and met the new family member, and it was great. So we didn't have our race last week. Vets did run last week, though. We had an awesome race at Southern National with Kevin Guerre taking home the win.
Yeah, newcomer to the league this season. Seen a lot of speed out of that guy, and I noticed that Justin Jarrett wasn't doing too well in practice today. He's our reigning champion.
Yeah, our reigning champion was having some trouble. He was loose around the corners, spinning it, hitting walls. I don't know. You think the pressure's getting to him of trying to defend his championship?
Yeah, it could be something as simple as maybe an equipment malfunction or just didn't have the car set up right. But it was a lot of guys have their opportunity tonight to get that W.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys are out there qualifying now. And we see last week's race winner sitting on the pole currently. So this is going to play into some things. And there's a great points race going on. And, of course, we'll let our awesome broadcast team of Sean and Adam take it from here and talk about that points lead. Welcome, gentlemen.
Good evening, guys. Thanks. Good to be back. We definitely have a tight points race going on right now. Jesse Elliott, Corey Hergis, and Kevin. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name because I don't feel like butchering that up for him. But top three separated by 8 points. And we were talking before the broadcast, noticed that Jesse Elliott, Adam, is not here tonight unless he snuck in without me seeing that.
No, we haven't seen Jesse Elliott at all tonight. He had a 1 point advantage over Corey, and he's not here. And looks like Corey's going to be able to potentially take over the points lead, but Kevin's going to be right there to challenge him for it. He's won 2 of the 3 races we've had so far. He's sitting on the pole. He might be the guy to win again tonight.
Yeah, watching practice here, Kevin, not only does he look like he's on the pole and with about 4 minutes left to go here in qualifying, but he was leading practice for almost the entire half hour. So I expect him to do pretty well here tonight. I mean, he hasn't stretched out this lead too much, so obviously I think lap traffic might be a factor, but you're talking about less than tenths separating first, second, and third right now in qualifying.
Yeah, that's a great thing about Phoenix is, there's a lot of speed, but because of how flat it is, how loose these cars are, especially coming out of like turn 4, we're going to see somebody spin out in the early laps. I'm calling it now, coming out of turn 4. And I think it's going to hold everyone pretty close together. So I hope we're going to get some good nose-to-tail racing and some good passes up front.
Yeah, practice, we saw a lot of loose cars coming off of 4. We know this legacy track is very slick here in Phoenix, so it's going to be very interesting to watch.
Yeah, with these street stocks, just because of how much speed that they're trying to carry, these aren't the bigger the cup cars with bigger engines and everything else. And you're going to see that people are going to really try to cut off the corners to make the track as small as possible, like what we're just seeing on the screen right now. And that's going to upset the car just a little bit. Just turn the wheel a little bit more on that transition out of the corner up onto the straightaway.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be definitely interesting to watch, especially when we start getting in traffic, go do some 2-wide racing.
Yeah, at some point, someone's going to try a crossover and, put it real tight coming out of turn 4. They got to be very careful about getting on the gas there. And it's really not necessarily the gas. It's really more about how much wheel they have turned in.
Yeah, I'm excited about this race. I'm looking at the qualifying times here, and I'm looking at the top 5, and we're separated by 0.2 of a second. I'm just excited to watch this. This is not an easy track to race. Watching single car runs here, so I'm interested in what people do when they get into traffic and get door to door here.
Yeah, we'll be able to see if they can run door to door. It's gonna be a little bit harder with these cars overall, but hopefully we get some good racing action up front.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Andy, do we have any sponsors we should be talking about before this race starts?
Yes, we've got B&B Wraps riding along with us tonight. As always, he is our one of our sponsors for the Vets League. Provides awesome custom championship banners for the winners of the leagues, and does some car wraps as well, which is his main business. And Tommy, you want to point on that a little bit?
Yeah, Justin Jarrett actually received the first wrap he made for Veterans Season 1. He reached out to us and wanted to donate that for putting this on for the veterans, which was really cool of him, and it looked really, really good.
Yeah, it was awesome, and he's vowed to do it again, as well as going to provide some trophies for the TDR charity events as well, which is awesome. We really appreciate everything he's done. If you guys are looking for anything like that, you can check out what he's done for us at TDR on the Facebook group, and reach out to him for sure and get that taken care of for yourself.
Absolutely. Everything from coffee cups to semi-trucks.
That's right. And then, of course, we've got Crazy Vet Fam tonight. That is Kurt Gunninkoff, his Twitch account. Broadcasts every morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Great non-toxic environment that he's running. Place to hang out, place to chat. If you need to chat about anything, a good group of people that are in there will be more than happy to talk to you. Other than that, he plays some games, and we get to make fun of him, eat some nasty jelly beans and things of that sort.
Oh, you guys didn't do the jelly beans, did you?
Oh, last week we had about 9 people tune into his stream while he was raising, and we just kept feeding him jelly beans and marshmallows for about 30 minutes.
Oh, that is not fair at all.
And before we throw it back to you guys, real quick, I just got clarification from a niece and wife. It is Kevin Jagir and Corey Harrigus.
Oh, we've been wrong all along.
Thank you, Allison, for the clarification.
We have absolutely butchered Kevin's name for at least 3 weeks now.
And Corey's all last
At
year,
least.
too.
I'm not taking credit for last season.
Jagir and Harrigus.
Harrigus, all right. Excellent. Well, we see the cars gridding up here, and it looks like Kevin Jagir, if we are pronouncing that correctly.
Jagir.
And Jagir. All right.
Jagir.
Well, we're all going to agree right now. It's Kevin.
It's Kevin.
All right,
yeah,
Kevin.
It's Kevin. He's up front.
Okay.
He's generally up front all the time, so we're just going to refer to him as Kevin anyway. So we're rolling off here now, one to the green. I do like his throwback Days of Thunder paint scheme there. That's definitely one of my favorites. So.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, Days of Thunder, it's a heart for most of us and how we got into racing at a young age, or really getting into it from the movies and things like that.
So we got 70 laps. Andy, can you update me on tires and fuel situation for this race?
They are unlimited tires.
40% fuel.
And
40%. Okay. So I don't know how many tires they have, and I assume one fast repair as usually what we have here.
Vets League gets 2.
Two fast repairs. All right. Well, let's see if we end up using those up. I have a suspicion we might be using a couple of them with some guys here based on what we saw in practice. Pace car is off here, so we are going to the green of 70 laps of what I hope is some exciting green flag racing here.
Yep, no, we got them side by side going down into the corner. Kevin, pulling out to probably a little bit of an early advantage. Be interested to see if Steven can hold the outside line, be a little bit quicker coming out of the corner. And you can see that right there at the front of the screen. He is able to hold the outside.
Yeah, looks like we had a nice clean start here. First 5-6 cars right together, just like in qualifying. Looks like Kevin has definitely come out to a little bit of a lead and going one by one here. Someone got a little high coming out of 4, which we talked about a little bit there.
Yeah, we're going to watch what Steven's doing up on the outside. I think that's going to be key for late in the race. If there's a restart or anything like that, can they maintain that outside line? It looks like it's falling back, but we also look like we got some passes going on here for the lead, and we might be going 3 wide down in that corner.
Yeah, that doesn't work. 3 wide into most corners does not work, but at this track, definitely not. And then we have a pass for the lead here as James Krause looks like he's taking the lead. Got a little bit of a bump from behind the 15 there, and Kevin right back up in front.
Yeah, I think that was him getting loose coming out of the 4, what we were talking about before race. Here we are pushing 3 wide down into that corner. It's going to get tight coming out of 2 here.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that is close. A little give and take there. That's good to see. Some nice, clean racing back there for third.
Yeah, we got Justin Jarrett. He's up to third now. He's making his way forward. I want to say he qualified 7th. So he's already got a few positions under his belt, and hopefully maybe he's making that charge to the front. We haven't seen him up front all year.
Well, we saw him in practice. He was doing pretty well, and then we watched him dirt track it around for about 5 straight laps. It was quite entertaining.
And if he learned anything from it, we might be able to see him, be able to make that work later on in the race if needed.
Yeah, he was holding on to it. I mean, it was definitely interesting to watch, but certainly not the way you prefer to get around this track, and certainly not great for tires.
No, absolutely not. And I think that's going to be one of the things with this race. These street stocks aren't really designed for these bigger tracks. The tire model is a little bit different. It holds up really well, but under high speeds, we might actually see more tire wear than what we would normally see in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very interesting to see as we watch these top 5 guys race, pass for 4th there, and kind of check out who's behind. Are they behind because they lack speed? Are they behind because they're saving tires? That'll be interesting to look at later. And as they're, Kevin's really starting to stretch things out here. Kevin and Steven, 1 and 2. I'll be interested to see what happens as they start catching a little bit of lap traffic.
Yeah, and the hard part is, as close as everybody was on speed, it's going to take us a while to get into lap traffic. It's probably going to be 30 laps in before we start hitting it. But also, if you're only catching a 10th at a time, it's going to be really slow going.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a great battle up here. We got Steven looking inside there. And we look like Justin Jarrett's getting a little bit of challenge on 3rd place there from William.
Yeah, no, we got 2 battles going. We got one for 1st. We got one for 4th now. Justin's able to get a little bit away there. But, this is really good, clean racing. They are able to hold it side by side fairly well, and we're getting some good passes out there, nice and clean.
Looks like Kevin got a little loose, or maybe he just kind of gave up that spot. Not the worst thing to do in a 70-lap race, 7 laps in. Be patient. You don't need to push the issue right now. And that's exactly why. Coming out of 4, and Kevin gets a little loose, and looks like Justin Jarrett's going to be passing him for the lead here. Going down into 1.
Yeah, no, I think that was Steven that got loose, and that's Justin underneath him there. That's it. We were talking, again, start of the race. Turn 4 is going to be key. If you got too much wheel in it, it's going to get sideways on you. And you can see how much how many spaces on the racetrack that Kevin's already lost as a result of backing up the corner because of Steven. And we're into a lap car. We're 3 wide. We're all over the place now.
Woo! Yeah, that's definitely interesting. The 48 was a lap car there. Did a good job. Stayed high. Got out of the groove, and not too bad there. So we stayed green, and it looks like Kevin is starting to make a charge back towards the front. So, people are getting a little loose in front of him. People checking up a little bit. So I think he did a great job, and I expect him probably to come back up through the field here.
No, as good as he's been all year, he has to be thinking bigger picture. He's one of the top runners in the points. How much does he want to risk early in this race?
Well, especially with Jesse Elliott not here and Kevin being only 8 points behind him. Haven't seen where Corey is on the track. He's 4th right now. Looks like, according to the grid there. So definitely could have some point shake up here. So it's important for those top guys to be a little patient.
Yeah, and here we are. We're getting bottled up right around that lap car there. I was expecting to be much later in the race before we got to lap cars. We're 3 wide, got a lap car in there. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, we got a couple guys that were a little off the pace. I kind of agree with you, though. They're 32-second lap time, roughly 32, 33 here. You don't expect to hit lap cars, 15 laps into the race, but looks like some of those guys just weren't keeping pace.
Yeah, absolutely. And, everyone's out here. They're learning. This is a rookie division to give everyone an opportunity to come out and learn. and there's some great competitors in it, and then there's going to be new drivers that are out here having fun, and they're going to pick up the skills as time goes on.
Absolutely, some good door-to-door racing come out of 4 there for second, or for third, and Kevin's right behind them with forget who's in the 8 there.
So in the 8, that's James Kraus. You got Corey in there. You got Steven. We got Kevin. And then the 9, I missed it on the ticker. I want to say it's Gaiman, Jeremy. Or is he the 09? So it's Spratley, the 9.
Yeah, so back here, 3rd, 4th, 5th. That's where some really good racing's going on right now. 1 and 2 are just kind of running in line there, content for a little bit as we finish up lap 13 here. So definitely interested to see, what do you say, 40% fuel load. So what do we think fuel might become a factor in this race, if at all?
I think that's something we don't know. That's something, beforehand, I didn't get out on the track with here being Phoenix, just being so familiar with the track, and didn't even take into consideration, what that fuel load will be. So we're going to have to just keep an eye on what they're all going to do. I would imagine if we do get a caution, we will see people taking advantage of that opportunity to put tires and put fuel in the vehicle.
Oh, absolutely. Tires are going to be crucial on this track. So, I mean, these guys are probably starting to feel it right now as we got 14 circuits up there. They're starting to get a little looser, probably backing up the corner a little bit, though. Our leader's lap time has gone up just a tick, so maybe they're not falling off as much as we think.
No, I think we're going to see more fall off just a lot later in the run. I mean, the tire model does hold up. 15 isn't the worst for amount of laps on the tires. But the big thing that we're going to see right now, and what I would imagine we're going to start seeing, is people just settling in, right? Like you kind of figure out your spot, you race a little bit, you know what you got, you know what you can do around. Now you just have to let the race play out and not force anything. Yeah,
it looks like our top 5's kind of strung out just a little bit here. 1 and 2 are definitely still right with each other. Steven Prosser sitting there in 3rd, about 3/4 of a second back. If I'm sitting there watching those 2 guys up in front as they start dicing up a little bit, I might lay back and just see if the 2 of them make a mistake.
Yeah, there's a lot of different aspects that be taken into consideration in the racecraft. And, I hope people that are in the race get the chance to come back and, listen to this. So that way they can kind of see how they're moving around and, what we're talking about. So that way they can learn from, the playback of this, and or the people that are watching can understand, what the sim racer is thinking as they're going around through the track. It's not as simple as just throw it down in the corner and it's gonna catch. And there's plenty of races that are gonna be won out of strategy. I know we had some earlier today in some of the other TDR leagues.
Yeah, definitely some good clean racing. I know some previous races we've had a litany of yellows. Some of those were dirt tracks though, and especially with guys in this league who are new to sim racing, and then you go throw them on dirt. That's not exactly the easiest thing in the world to do. As we watch the 8 get a little loose coming out of 4 there. I think that's going to be our problem spot on the track today is going to be turn 4 as we see. Oh boy, got a little bit of an issue there.
Oh, they almost got it corrected. We got 1 car around, 2 cars around now on the exit of pit road. Caution is out.
Yeah, they did a good job saving it and probably overcorrected it just a little bit there, and then just came back around on them. But not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Well, that brings up a scenario that is part of the conversation with the TDR group on the Facebook page. I believe it was you, Tommy, that put the picture up there. What happens when you're entering a corner when you have a nose just on the inside of the quarter panel? What should somebody do at that exact moment? And that's not it.
That was an example of exactly what Tommy had put up on our Facebook page with, I don't know, a 50-50 different answer. Some people said, hey, the outside car's got that line, and half the group was saying the inside car's already there. I guess it depends on which car you're driving.
Well, opinions are a little bit like rear ends, right? Everybody has one, and everybody else's stinks.
Yeah, I appreciate you clean that up, Tommy. It looks like just about everybody's coming to pit road. I can't see that car that stayed out. looks like maybe the 17. I can't quite get the
Looked
number
like
there.
Jarrett stayed out.
I believe the leader, Jarrett, stayed out, and a large majority of them have all come in to get fuel and tires. And one thing to keep in mind, we're seeing the car sliding around. The rear end of the car is, be considered loose. There's a lot of rotation in what the car is doing. Every time you put fuel back into it, you're putting more rear weight back in the car, which is going to stabilize that. Where you're going to really see the most significant part of the car getting loose later in the run as that weight from the fuel burning off starts to reduce.
Yeah, absolutely. That rear end's going to get a little loose there. So what do we have? 3 stay out. Looks like Justin stayed out. James stayed out. Corey stayed out.
I believe that's
No, I don't think Corey stayed out. I think that might just been on when they hit pit road.
Oh, I think we.
I
think we need our ticker just to update there.
Yeah,
I believe that's Lonnie Mix in the third. No.
Nah, he's in the 58.
Jason Jacob in the 13.
Yeah, those 3 guys stayed out. So, if we stay as green as we did in the first 20 laps of this race, that could come back to bite these guys for sure.
Hey, while we're under yellow, Kurt's streaming. You guys want to bring him in the booth? I think we're going to feed him a bunch of gross things.
I'm all for that.
Hey, Kurt, Tommy in the booth. You got a read on me?
Got you, buddy.
Have we fed you a bean yet? I think we're about to feed you some beans. So you ready for that?
I just took some. I just got to yell at Crazy Vet Wife to come back and get me some more.
Well, you guys go check out Kurt's stream. It's twitch.tv/crazyvetfam. It's a ton of fun to watch. He's got 12 guys in there right now, and we're about to feed him a bunch of gross things and see if we can keep it together on the track.
Kurt, can you tell us what flavor of the first bean that you're going to have?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. One I just did was stink bugs. That was awesome.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. That's no good.
Yeah, I'm just going to stay out of all of that.
Yep.
Nothing to do
Yeah.
with it.
I'm good. I played that game with my kids a while back, and I'm good. So we are 1 lap to the green. So I don't know if we want to let Kurt get back to focusing on racing here. And
best of luck, Kurt.
Yeah, good luck, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we got him doubled up on the backstretch. Just outside the dog leg. Lights are off. Getting ready to go back to green.
Absolutely. I kind of like this configuration of Phoenix a little better than what they changed it up to be. That's just my personal opinion, though my overall opinion of Phoenix is it's not exactly my favorite track. This is a challenging track to race.
It's one of my favorite to race on in iRacing, for sure.
That's because Adam's really good at it. I'm not. All right, we're back green. Our top 3 guys are out there. As we cycle through here, looks like Kevin, who was our pole sitter, is sitting back in 7th.
We got contact outside the dog leg. We got heavy contact in the wall.
Heavy contact. Yeah, let's watch the replay of that. Looks like somebody got a little loose and went straight up and...
Oh.
Yep.
We got a few things happening back there when that all took place.
Yeah, looks like Kevin got under. They were about 3 wide. They weren't tight 3 wide, but Kevin got under somebody. They got loose, went up into the 58, which is Lonnie Mixon, and slammed him into the wall. So looks like someone will be using his fast repair soon.
I hate to see Mixon getting beat around again. He's had a tough break last couple of races.
He's currently sitting 5th in points. He started, I think he started 12th last week, finished 4th. And then it looks like some more stuff happened at the end there.
Yeah, there's definitely some residual contact and people just reacting to what was going on. It's unfortunate that, we're 24 laps into this. We're going to be using some quick repairs. It looks like those that didn't pit are now thinking about coming down, or at least Justin Jarrett is.
Yeah, if I was Justin, I'd absolutely be coming down. And the old saying, cautions breed cautions. So if I was Justin, I'd probably go in and get some tires and fuel up here and see how this goes.
Yeah, I think you have to at this point. We're almost to the halfway point. So if you're able to get fuel in it now, I would imagine we should be good to the end, or hopeful that we would be able to get that far. These have big fuel cells, hold a lot of gas, go a lot of laps.
Yeah, it looks like the 3 guys that stayed out, I think they all came in to fuel up. And I'm sure it was I don't know about the 2 guys behind Justin, but it might have been a little bit of a surprise for Justin that the entire field behind him took a pit stop there. And that's one of the downfalls of being the leader. You go in, everyone stays out. You stay out, everybody goes in.
Well, and I think that's what just happened to James Krause. He did not pit the last time. He did not pit this time. He is still our leader.
Yeah, interesting. Definitely an interesting strategy there. So we'll see how that goes. We got 1 to the green. Lights are out on the pace car, so we're going to start doubling them up here.
We got
I
Corey
believe this
Herring.
one might be single file.
We got Corey.
Single file restart.
Corey's up to second. He is second in the points, only 1 point behind Elliott.
Yeah, and I mean he's definitely obviously going to make up ground on him with Elliott not being in the race tonight. So we'll see how that goes, but be interested to see how the points are after this race. But so far so good. I mean, even our incidents have not been what I would classify as rookie or dumb mistakes on the track, which we've all done. But they seem just like some aggressive racing, and every once in a while you're going to bang some fenders. That's for sure.
Or you're just going to spin out in front of the whole field on the last lap. That happens as well.
Are you speaking from experience, sir?
Might have happened on Thursday night.
Well, we're back green. Krause is out in the lead there, and he's actually stretched out a little bit over Corey.
That's the advantage of being the leader. It's on the leader. There's no restart zone, so he gets a little bit of an advantage from that. But now we're going to be able to see, because it is a single file restart, what those new tires are going to be able to do.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you can see the 9 there, Gary and Kevin back in 4th place. I believe you're going to see those 2 guys moving right up. Kevin for sure. I mean, he's had speed all night so far.
Yeah, he charged right into that corner. Looks like Gary was just like, "You guys have it. I'll come play later if I've got something for you."
Yeah, absolutely. It's probably a good move on his part. I don't think we're done wrecking for the night either. So, but if pass races are any indication of that, so. But James is doing a good job hanging out there. He's obviously on old tires. Oh, Kevin touching the wall there.
Ooh. He didn't touch it. He did more than that. Oh, now Gary's in the wall.
No. My son's favorite phrase: "Monkey see, monkey do."
No, Kevin has heavy right front damage. You can't hit the wall that hard. Even with these street stocks, they're very durable. He's going to have to come and use a quick repair.
We've
back to where it needs to be.
We got caution out here. I'm not sure what happened on the track. Well, we can find out what was going on with that. And again, now our third caution. It's interested. Is James going to stay out? We are. By the time we go back green, we will probably be at the halfway point of this race. It looks like someone got a little loose off of 4 there. Andy, I don't know if you can get us back to that replay again.
Looks like it might have been Curtis Gudenkoff. I have his stream pulled up, and he's running pretty slow on the inside line right now. He's a few seconds ahead of the broadcast.
Yeah.
I can't find it, gentlemen.
That's okay. That's all right. Yeah, I didn't see that first hit by Kevin Adam, but the second one didn't look so bad, or the first one didn't look so bad. The second one was definitely harder. So he didn't hit it just once. He hit it twice, and pretty well.
Yeah, he tried moving the wall a couple feet.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just need the track to be a little wider.
Yeah, it doesn't usually work out. I mean, that's a lot of damage. It looks like he is into the pits. He will be using a quick repair. And I think that'll be an interesting thing to keep an eye on, because, here we are coming to the halfway point, and we have had a few drivers have to use that quick repair. Will that come into play later on if they get in another incident where, they use up that last one and we have a late crash? Will they be able to get their car fixed?
Looks like Lonnie Mixon was our lucky dog. He looks like he just got the wave around there.
Good for him.
Yeah. Well, he's involved in some stuff of not his own making. So,
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's good to see him getting back up there.
Well, I actually texted him before the race because I was wondering if he was going to be there. And he said, "Is it the figure 8?" I said, "No, it's Legacy Phoenix." He said, "I'll be right there."
Guess he
So
had
he
a
didn't
bad
want to
time
do
with
the figure 8?
He did not want anything to do with the figure 8. So we were talking about that. Maybe at some point we'll broadcast one of the figure 8 races. I don't know, Adam, how we'll keep up with that. This is difficult as it is, but I guess we'll just more entertain ourselves with that one. But I think that would be fun to watch for sure.
It would just be pure
Absolutely.
entertainment for us, and we would just be laughing and picking on everyone for everything that happens. You can literally go to the camera setting at Irwindale TV3, and you can see the whole figure 8, and the camera does not have to move from the center of the crossover. Fantastic.
Yeah, I believe Coffee and Cars is at a figure 8. Is that tomorrow or is that next week?
That is a couple weeks away. Yes, heading to Irwindale, figure 8, doing the figure 8 with the jump.
With the jump. And what cars are racing there, Andy?
Yeet.
Volkswagen Beetles.
Oh, yeah, that makes perfect
Of course.
sense. I don't even know why I asked.
Nothing says coffee and cars like Volkswagen Beetle or figure 8 and ramp.
Yep. And then pull in some Volkswagen, some German engineering there.
The figure 8 races are some of the most fun of all the races in TDR, for sure. 100%.
Well, the good news is no one really takes them, too seriously. They know it's a fun race.
They can.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to think so. No one takes them too seriously, but yeah, I mean, we're all competitors out there on the track, but in that race, holy moly! I mean, that's if there was ever luck in racing, that's where it's at.
Is it easier to win a TDR Daytona event or a TDR figure 8 event?
That's
Daytona.
like a chicken and egg question.
No, it's Daytona. Way easier.
I don't know about that. You might as well throw Bristol in there at the same time.
Daytona with a ramp?
No, that's what we're talking about.
All right, well, we're back to green. James, the leader, still has not pit. I think he has to stick with his strategy at this point because he would just be behind everyone, and that would be tough sledding to get back up there. But he still has the lead going into 1.
Yeah, I mean, he made his bet. He's lying in it now. So that, it is what it is, as they say. So.
Kevin back in the wall again with that right front. He is slow down the backstretch.
Yeah, we'll have to let him know that he's going to need a couple gallons of blue and a paintbrush, and he's going to be fixing those walls tomorrow.
Only if they did that in real life, if you had to actually go and fix it.
Yeah, I don't think there'd be any less stripes on the wall, but it would be fun to watch for sure.
Local track rules.
Yep.
Yeah, local track. You mean where I race in real life? The track owner's nephews raced, so they also work at the racetrack during the week. So they actually did have to paint their mistakes on the walls.
Well, make less of those, less paint. That's for sure. As we watch the 9 or the 6, I'm sorry, get into the corner here a little sideways, but was holding it well and actually made the pass pretty clean there.
Yeah, no, made a good pass there. Justin Jarrett was able to follow right on through. It seems now that, he's got his tires, he's going to have to charge up, and he's not really giving anyone too many breaks. He's going to keep filling holes as they show up in front of him.
Absolutely. And James is stretching his lead out to about 4/10 there. Not huge. First, second, third, fourth, pretty close to each other right now. Definitely some good racing on the track here.
Yeah, a little contact there between the 85 and the 6. It backed up the 10, and that's allowing the 09 to come up on the inside.
Yep. I mean, that's what racing's all about sometimes, just being opportunistic. You watch some guys in front of you, and Adam, I'm sure you've seen this not only in iRacing, but in real life. You're coming out of a corner and you just say to yourself, these guys are going to wreck for sure. As we see the 15 mowing some lawn here on the backstretch.
Yeah, I believe made contact with the inside wall as well. He had a hard angle on that into the dog leg.
Yeah,
we are staying green.
Staying green. One car, we stay green. So, and now we're 33 to go. And caution's out.
I've noticed they throw the cautions a little more often in the Veterans League, going back to it's a beginner series for guys to kind of get their skill in. Some of these one-car incidents, they will throw that caution just to let everybody regroup and get back together and race.
Yeah, I think he just got a little loose off the corner. I don't know if any contact was made with anybody. I don't quite see the replay on that, and that's okay.
Yeah, we're trying something a little bit different. Whoa, with the camera. So is that Corey? Is that? Oh,
Goodness gracious!
It was worse than we thought.
That's way
Well,
worse.
that might have been what brought the caution out, not the lawn mowing.
No,
Upside down, don't do that.
was
I
that
feel attacked.
our leader?
I don't think so.
No, he just got
No.
through.
No, he got.
Are you sure?
He still
That does look
scored.
like James. So that was Corey. He was running in second. Oh, he hit the hard coming out of the 4 turn. That's Steven Prozer, Gary Spratley, Kevin came in, barrel rolling down. Whoa, we Dukes a Hazard off another car. This is awesome.
James is still shown as our leader, and yeah, he looks like he got through okay. Sitting right behind the pace car.
Yeah, it looked like it happened just after. You know, it seems like what we're seeing now is a lot of drivers are just trying to get as much speed as they can to try to make positions. They're not easy to set up because everyone's so close in speed and how big the track is that they're carrying too much speed through that center. They're picking up, the push coming out, and they can't lift because if you lift down the straightaway, you're going to lose a lot of speed and you're going to lose positions. So that's what's causing them to drive up and making contact with the outside wall. Ooh, what was that all about?
Yeah, it looks like the 9 is not happy currently with the 15. Or is that the 85?
That's the 85.
Yeah.
Anybody want to talk to the 85?
Somebody's mad at Jarrett. Yeah, let's talk to him.
Let's bring him in the booth. Hey, Jarrett, this is Tommy in the booth. You got a read on me?
Yeah, I got a read on you.
How's the track feeling out there tonight?
Not too bad, but yeah, I'm not sure why this Yahoo in front of me decided to just hit me in the yellow, but track's feeling good.
Hey, Jarrett, we were kind of wondering about the fuel up here. Can you go to the end here?
Oh yeah, I'm good on fuel.
Okay. Is fuel going to be a factor in this race at all, or is it more about tires?
Both.
Okay. All right. You know, our leader has not pit yet. And James we've pretty much discussed, he's made his bed and he's laying in it now, but he's done a pretty decent job of holding people off. So we'll see what you can do on fresher tires and as you pull up there, and we'll get ready for the restart.
Yeah, I think I can get around James. He is fast, but yeah, those old tires, and I think he's going to have an issue with fuel towards the end here.
Well, the lights are off, buddy. Good luck to you. I'm going to throw it back to Adam and Sean over here. We're going to go green to round this corner.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Yeah, 9 looks like he's definitely taken some damage in the front there, so we'll see how that affects his car. As James James has our lead here, so they're going on him. We'll see how this year goes.
Yeah, James is going to get a good jump. It'll be interesting to see how Gary gets going, if he has engine damage, if he has aero damage, but that whole outside line has just been backed right up.
Yeah, that 9 did not get a good restart at all, and he backed up the entire outside line.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but also at the same time, when you have that damage, we're going to see right now if it's an engine issue, if everyone just starts pulling him down the straightaways. Yeah, he's got engine damage. He's going to have to hope for another caution, come in, use that quick repair, or else he's going to keep dropping.
Yeah, he's definitely going to fall off the pace. He's not going to be able to keep pace here, as he's going to get gobbled up probably here on the back stretch, or the front stretch, sorry. So, but Kraus still out there. I'm impressed. I just wonder, did he get enough caution laps to make it to the end, as we have 28 to go here? Maybe tires aren't as big of a factor as we think. You know, he's stretched this out to almost a second. over Justin. And we know Justin's a good race car driver here in iRacing, so that could get very interesting down the road.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see, what does happen with the tires. And you're right. He's pulled off to a second lead, and that's with the oldest tires on the track. He has not pit. The other aspect of that is he hasn't put fuel in either. Is there a trade-off with the weight to the tires, and that might be keeping him advantageous over the other cars?
Yeah, I don't know how many caution laps we've run. Obviously, the rule of thumb is usually 2 to 1. You're getting 2 green flag wraps for every caution that we're running here. It's good to see Lonnie moving back up there. He's going around the 9. Well, pretty much everybody's going around the 9 at this point. So the 9 strategy right now is probably just waiting for a caution to come out and see if he can get that quick repair. He's definitely got heavy front end damage. So either 1, he's going to end up falling back, or 2, he's going to end up having catastrophic failure at some point.
There is the potential for the catastrophic failure. Right now, just the parachute's out, right? And it's not behind him, it's the front end of his car, everything that's going on with it. And for those that are watching, or those that will be watching the replay back, if you get into heavy damage, you can actually push the clutch in on your setup. And if your RPMs are lower than 2,000, I believe it is with these vehicles, that lets you know that you have some level of engine damage. So when you have that quick repair, you got to use that.
Yeah, I mean, the whole front end of his car, we can't see it right now, but it's basically a V. It looks like he hit a telephone pole.
Yeah, there was heavy contact, and we got 2 cars spinning, going into 3. They got it saved.
10, he's
10, hold on to it.
Come on, you knew it, buddy. We're staying green now.
He's just trying to pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that was the plan.
I don't think he was trying to pit.
Not done. We got more contact going in.
Just 13 and
down in there.
13 and the 58 make contact. They look like the 58 definitely kept it straight afterwards. I don't know about the 13. Looks like we're staying green here. 24 to go.
Yeah, and we're back up looking at the battle for second. And again, you can see Justin Jarrett is a little loose out of 4. And I think as we're getting into the later stages, we're seeing more drivers protect that inside, because we haven't really seen anyone really drive around the outside of someone yet. But we might be watching it happen for the first time right here with William up on the outside and Justin getting a very good run down the backstretch of the dogleg.
Yeah, it looks like William can keep it with that outside line, keep it just a little bit more wound up. Maybe if he's backing up the corners a little bit, get back to the throttle a little earlier, and he's definitely holding Justin down, which is going to either cause Justin to have to back up that corner a little bit more.
Oh, contact, right?
Contact, right at the start-finish line. And
Jared's barrel rolling down into the corner.
You want to bring him back in the booth?
No, thank you.
No, we're good.
We don't need to get sued by the FCC over any language.
Yep. My kids watch this.
Yeah. That's a rough one right there. So that's the exact opposite of the image that you shared with everyone, Tommy. What do you do when you're going straight? Oh, that might have been a little net code.
Yeah, that was unusual. That looked very unusual.
And it's not like Justin to drive up like that. He doesn't get loose on the front stretch like that. He's a really good driver, and it's
net code.
Yeah, the whole car jerks right, and Justin would not do that on purpose. Not when he's running up front.
No, No, they were going straight. And again, there is a draft here, so you're going to want to pull in tight. You can slow each other down doing that, especially if you're on the quarter. It just looks like there was just a little bit of a net code there, the way Justin's car just kind of jutted out. No physical contact that we can see, and that's basically the game code saying it thought you were in contact with each other, even though visually the drivers didn't see it and we're not seeing it.
Well,
our leader's finally pitting.
Yeah, I think we got the answer to that question. He was probably not going to make it on fuel. Second place also pitting. We got, I don't know who stayed out. We got a couple takers here, for sure.
You mean for those that have already pitted, if you had no damage, you haven't hit a wall or hit another car or anything else, and as good as James was going, if you can get enough people to stay out and you can go green the rest of the way, you might be able to get far enough away to where those faster cars can't get to you and you can steal a win.
81's getting the lucky dog here, and kind of see how this cycles around and see who our leader is now.
It's like Gaiman's our leader.
Yeah, it looks like it's Jeremy in the 09. Steven Prozer looks like he's going to be in second, and he was running up front early, and he's led some laps, so he's quick, and so we'll see what he's able to do.
It's good to see Gaiman up front. He had a lot of speed last year. I think he finished in the top 3.
We're definitely going to see a shakeup in points, though. Kevin is running, I think he's running 14th or 15th out of 16 cars here. I don't know how many cars we have.
I'm going to say with Kevin, he went through both of his quick repairs, and then he was in that big crash on the front stretch. So I believe he is out.
And we got Lonnie sitting here in third. He's hit everything but the lottery, and none of it's been his fault tonight. And
He's
that's kind of funny.
Second. That 68 must be lapped
He
down.
peeled off.
He's He's got to head to the back.
Well, that'll be interesting to see. He's definitely on fresher tires. I don't know when Jeremy last pitted. Actually, this is the first time I've seen these guys up front. So there's definitely some new guys. Williams up front there. He's been in the top 5 almost most of the race, but definitely some new faces up in the front here.
Yeah, Mixon had a victory last season. It'd be good to see him start this season off right 4 races in.
I think he's running 5th in points. I think he's only 8-10 points behind the leader. So that'll definitely be interesting to see.
Yeah, no, the way we are right now, big shake up in the points. Point leader not showing up.
Kevin running in the back right now.
Yeah, you mean that's not there. You got Justin up front. You got Corey running in the top 5. You got Lonnie up there now. Those are the remaining in the top 5 points guys. And, there's really only 14 points between 1st and 5th at this point in the season.
Yeah. Well, looks like James is going to be starting, looks like 5th inside row. So he didn't, that pit stop really didn't slow him down. I wonder if that was a fuel-only pit stop.
Yeah, we don't know as far as what they did on the pit stop side of it. He maintained good track position in front of the other cars that pitted with him, and it's just the 4 in front of him that did not pit.
Yeah. Well, definitely interesting to see. Should have the pace car peeling off here. We're going back to green.
Yeah, and you can see a big difference in the restarts, from those that are not normally up front on the restarts. James timed it really well. We're going to go 3 wide down into the 1 turn. I don't know how this is going to work out.
Oh, boy. Okay. Woo. It's getting close. 10 definitely got pushed up there. He's loose.
Oh, contact with Corey.
And we got carnage. We might stay green.
Oh, we got more contact going up into 3.
Wow. I'm impressed.
That's
Those guys kind of kept it fairly clean back there. I mean, we had a couple scrapes, but everybody kept it straight.
Yeah, no, we're doing really well there. Williams back up to the front. He's got James Krause right behind him. We got Justin and Corey battling hard for what will be the 5th position.
A little contact there. Hey, I'm right behind you.
If he does it 2 more times, we can start calling him Petty Christopher.
There's
2. There was 2 right there. We're counting them.
Yeah, you got to be from the Northeast to know what that means. But that's the 3 bump rule.
Absolutely. If you've been around Thompson, Stafford, any of the Seacon, any of those tracks, you know who TC is.
Oh, I'm here. 2, I'm faster than you. 3, I'm going by.
Yep.
No, 3, I'm picking your groove for you.
Yep. And guess what? It's up by the wall. And we got caution out as we had.
Oh, no, not Mixon again.
Yeah, and he had help again from the 89.
Oh, man. What a night.
Can we get a blimp view on that one? I'm just interested because going straight there, that's where the last caution was, if there was another issue with netcode in that one spot.
That'd be interesting if it was the same spot that a netcode error occurred. Maybe you're onto something.
Or I'm just making things up.
Either way, let's go look.
Netcode.
Yeah, it looks like it just sucks them over. And I mean, you get a little bit of draft with these cars, but not not so much side draft. At the speeds they're running here with these bodies that they're running, that you're not gonna see that. Yeah,
It's
just kind of stuck them down.
It wasn't as sharp as that incident with Jared, but it was definitely like a fade to the left and inexplicable other than that code.
And
yeah, when you're seeing crashes going straight, like, this isn't super speedway where you got people pushing where next to someone just going sideways up into someone else. They're running door to door, and just to see that kind of contact and really seeing how out of shape it's getting everyone, that's really bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, definitely super speedways, backstretch, like Daytona or Talladega, and you get side by side. The cars definitely get loose. Phoenix and these types of cars, that's not something that traditionally happens.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And speaking of super speedways, everyone's probably aware 2 weeks out. We got the Daytona 500 in real life, and TDR has the Daytona 500 that morning as well, where we're going to do all 200 laps.
I'm looking forward to that, actually. I'm
excited.
Something else. Yeah.
So I'm going to tease something right now. I have an announcement about that race.
Yes.
And I'm not saying anything else for another week.
Awesome.
That's a big market tease right there.
Dun dun dun.
You have to be paying attention on February 1st on the TDR Facebook page.
Well, that's excellent. I'm definitely. That's only Monday. We only got to wait 48 hours.
No, so it'll be on the 7th. No, we got all the way to the 7th.
Yeah,
week
all right.
Tomorrow.
Man, and I was going to be glued to Facebook on Monday, hopelessly waiting.
Nope, been working on something with someone. It's gonna be fun.
Excellent. I'm very much looking forward to that race.
And that announcement has to do with the 500, Adam?
Yeah.
Adam's what he's doing is he's just calling his shot.
Yeah, he's just trying to get the participation numbers up.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just gonna win it, so I don't even know why I'm gonna show up. That's what Adam's gonna tell us.
If I'm in it, I'm gonna do something. I'll probably be on my roof, giving the old Tommy.
What was the nickname? Adam 4 in a row, Richie or Ricky?
Yeah, that was my run.
Yeah, man, you're fast. Hush your mouth.
The way you said that, Tommy, is like you had a crush on him.
A little bit, man. Is it? Oh, no, that's Wednesdays. No, Mondays, man. Crush Mondays.
Please don't. Please don't.
Yeah. We need to go back to the green. Lights are off. Should be going back here. Go ahead, Adam. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. So we're back. We're going to be going back to the green. We got William up front. We got James on the outside. It'll be interesting to see how they do this restart. James has been really strong on the outside, and he's taken the lead one time before on a restart.
Yeah. He's obviously doesn't control the restart, but he has definitely been strong putting the power down on the restarts. That's for sure. And it's getting a little tight back there. I mean, they're a little spread out, but top four are bumper to bumper ready to go here.
Yeah, green flag is out. Looks like William got a little bit of a jump, but I don't know if it's enough to get really away from James and see what he can do going down the corner on the outside.
As we watch him here into one, looks like we're staying clean, which is good. We got 10 to go, so we got ourselves a little Saturday night shootout here.
Yeah, it looks like Corey's got some damage. It's really slowing him down. I think we're going to see him fall back like we saw earlier today. But back up front, we got William, and there's James making a move to the inside for the lead.
Yeah, definitely the preferred line, and if any of this night has been an indication, he's probably going to hold that. If he can stay right next to him coming out of the corner, and it looks like William kind of faded up a little bit there. And looks like James going to make it stick going into 3.
Yeah, so William's really going to have to sail in up on the outside. He got too high. He's outside of the group. He's going to fall back. Probably lose that position to Justin now as well down the straightaway.
Oh, yeah. Justin played that perfectly. I mean, he could absolutely see what was going on there. And I'll just follow James right through this hole and then see what he can do from there.
Yeah, again, they're keeping it nice and clean. They're giving each other plenty of space. We got Gary Spratley right there in fourth, waiting to see what's going to happen there, see if he can tag along with Justin as he goes by William.
Yeah, if I'm Gary, I'm watching those two guys get door to door, and again, just like in real life, I'm thinking to myself, well, these guys may wreck. So with 8 to go, I could get myself up there if these guys make a mistake.
Yeah, one of the things we haven't really seen tonight is when James gets out front, is anyone to really drive up and put a lot of pressure on him and take that away.
No, I mean, he drove a couple restarts ago, he drove off to that 1 second lead. But for the most part, he's been about 2-3 tenths. And you're exactly right. Nobody's really put a lot of pressure on him tonight at all. Second, third, fourth, there's been some interesting racing back there, and he's probably been watching that. But he's ran a clean line. And, you know, he had a great strategy to get himself up there. I'm not quite sure where he qualified.
No, he qualified right up front as well. I want to say he qualified second. And what we're really starting to see now here is the battle for second is William was really starting to push, you know, Justin, you know, through the center, coming out of the corners. I mean, they're really tight down in there. I think they just made some contact. Williams using the apron to try to get that pass.
Yep. We got Justin a little sideways like he was in practice. But he's obviously pushing. He's got a mirror full William. And the 9 is sitting right there as well.
Yeah, he's going to be very careful here, you know, not to push too hard, you know, run clean with William. He might get lucky, especially coming out of the 4 turn. If William gets loose on the inside, he'll be able to pull away down into 1.
Yeah, meanwhile, James is pulling out to 3/4 of a second of a lead while these two guys are battling door to door back there. So he's probably excited to see that going on. As we
absolutely.
5 to go, 4 to go now at the line.
Yeah, when you're the leader, the best thing you can see is second, third, and fourth all be battling each other. You're just going to start inching away from them with 4 to go. You got a second lead. No one's going to run you down in that period of time unless you make a mistake. Or if you get caution.
Exactly, and there's going to be no lap traffic as a factor right now. That looks like it's going to be very clean in front of James for the next 3 laps to go here.
Absolutely, and you know William did a good job. He really worked hard to get past Justin. That was a good battle. They ran each other really, really hard. Maybe a little bumper-to-bumper contact to really get it going and initiate it, but nothing that I would be discouraged about.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if Justin gets back to him in these last couple laps here. If he gives him a little tap there, as we see Corey he's trying to knock down the wall a little bit there as well.
Yeah, the thing with like William and Justin, if you can really get in there and you can start pushing on someone or just be right bumper to bumper with no contact, you should be able to start walking away. But the only thing William has to do is keep a level head on, start to realize, hey, we're a couple laps to go. James might just be too far away. I need to do what I need to do to finish second and not overdrive, cause myself a problem trying to get to that win.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what William has to tell himself at this point. I mean, he is not going to catch James, so I'd rather, you know, defend my position in second, finish second, have a good strong finish, than try to battle it out with Justin here. So running a good solid line right through 4 there. So we got 1 to go, white flag.
Boogity, boogity, boogity.
It looks like James is probably going to run away with this, and our battle right here is probably for second.
Yeah, and you can see William push coming out of that corner. Now Justin's right on his rear bumper. We're going to have a fight down in here in the 3 turn.
Yep.
Oh, turn him.
No, he didn't. He didn't turn him.
Oh.
He just tapped him.
Now we're wrecking. You could just see it. You know, when they're going in the dog leg, he's got to get that nose in there. We're going back to that picture that Tommy posted. You know, what do you do in, you know, that scenario? And when somebody is poking their nose underneath there, both drivers, both cars have a responsibility to get through that corner clean, just whether they choose to do so or not.
Yeah, I mean, last lap, last corner. I mean, that's...
Ooh.
Who is finished? Wow.
Holy moly.
Look at that.
Well, that
the
is...
The physics here are very real, just so you know.
Yeah.
iRacing said they fixed that.
Really? Because I've watched racing for a long time, and I've never seen a car go 40 feet in the air. That's impressive.
Like the first
chassis.
one I did, it's the 58 going up and over, like it
Yep.
was launched out of a cannon.
Yep.
Like
I'm gonna check with Lonnie and see if he got his pilot's license.
Well, hey guys, I actually happen to have our race winner. He just jumped into the in-car waiting. You guys want to bring him into the booth?
Absolutely.
This is gonna be a tricky one. Give me 1 second. Over here. Hey James, this is Tommy in the booth. You got a read on me?
he's like, nope, I'm trying to do a burnout.
I'm trying.
It's hard in an underpowered car, man. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good, especially having one arm. I feel good, and thank you guys for being up there in the booth.
One arm, impressive, like the Def Leppard drummer, man.
Good.
You earned this.
James, what was this a pit strategy, or you were up front and decided not to pit and everybody else behind you did? What were your thoughts when the field, basically the rest of the field took a pit stop there and you stayed out and kind of on your own there?
I was hoping that we would have one more caution. We had quite a few more laps, and it seemed cautions were breeding cautions. And if I could get in there and not take a whole bunch of fuel, but just enough to get across the line.
So that last pit stop was fuel only, not even a full fuel load.
No, sir. I believe I took 3 gallons.
That's impressive. You did a great job. Adam and I were talking about that because when you came back out, I think you lined up 4th or 5th. Definitely were on older tires, but that didn't seem to slow you down at all. The tires didn't seem to be a factor, which we thought they might be, but you definitely proved us wrong on that.
Oh, well, thanks, guys. It seemed to, like in a 20-lap run, I'd have a 2 or 3/10 fall off. So it wasn't too bad, but I knew coming up with fresher tires the last 15, 20 laps would be the best way to go.
Yeah, James, you did a great job controlling the race. Like once you got out front, no one was really able to challenge you. Great job on the restarts. Good race overall, and congrats on the win.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's great to watch. Thank you.
All right, got a few other drivers queued up. We got Justin Jarrett, I got Guier, I got Heritage, I got Gudenkoff. You guys want any more of those?
Whoever you bring in.
Who you got that was in that wreck at the end?
Guier or Heritage, were they in the wreck? I didn't have my screen up while I was playing with audio.
Everybody was in it, it looked like.
Yeah.
I've got half of those guys.
From like 6th on back was pretty much in it.
How about the number 55 of Ross? I don't think we talked to him tonight.
We have not.
He finished in the top 10. Let me go ahead and bring him up here.
Woo.
Hey, Ross, this is Tommy in the booth. You got a read on me, bud? Ross, you got a read on me, bud? This is Tommy to number 55. I know you can hear me. I guess. Oh, there he is.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, buddy. How was it, man? Top 10 finish? Looking good?
That was good, man. I just try to take a conservative approach and kind of sit back and let things go. At one time, I got a black flag for speed in the pit. That set me back a little bit. But just kept with the game plan and kept things conservative. And a little bit of a dust up at the end there helped me get a couple positions. But other than that, man, it was fun.
You weren't involved in the that last lap, last corner incident?
I swerved out of the way and hit the wall, and that made me probably lose a position, but I gained 2 because of the people that were backing out. So in the end, I guess that's positive.
Yeah, it was quite some carnage there. Some guys I don't even think have yet to pass start-finish line yet.
Yeah, it was interesting for sure, man. But all the whole time, it's a tough track to race. It's these cars, they seem like they're very slow, but they're very loose too. So coming out of the corners is very, very tricky. There's a lot of skill involved. So overall, yeah, it's a good time. It was a lot of fun.
Well, thanks for joining us. It was a great race to watch. It was some good, clean racing, and it seemed like a lot of fun out there tonight.
Hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate all you guys do. I look forward to the next one.
Ooh, a little bit of audio issues on the in-car mic there. That must have been one of the ones that got rattled around a bit.
Yeah, I thought it was me. Thank God it wasn't. So.
It wasn't you. It was everybody except him.
Perfect. Except him. All right. Excellent. Well, that was definitely a fun race to watch. Up front was interesting. The guys, they raced aggressive, but I think they raced pretty clean. And it was definitely enjoyable to watch. So I had a great time tonight.
Yeah, I had a good time as well. I might disagree a little bit on the cleanness. I think there are some opportunities where some incidents happened where backing out of the throttle would have been a little bit wiser. But again, this is a rookie division. There's a lot of new people. You're going to learn these things based off of the impacts it has on your final standings in the race to realize what you could have done better coming into the next week.
And I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of improvement from these guys that came from season 1 as rookies, now moving into season 2. The driving out there was clean. There weren't a lot of dumb mistakes. There really weren't.
Yeah, I should probably clarify myself on that one. It wasn't just people running over each other, making foolish mistakes. But now what you're getting into is everyone's getting quicker. So how you make those decisions and how you race around each other, it's different than being fast. You have to be a little bit more aware of what's going on and maybe sometimes let something go, even though you might have your nose there.
Spatial awareness and risk versus reward.
That will be our biggest takeaway from tonight for sure. That, if you just be a little more patient, especially with someone who's being aggressive around you, let them make the mistake. So that's kind of how I see it. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good race. I mean, these guys, I think they do a great job.
Absolutely. It's a great series. It's great to see the races that we're going to. I want to say next week we are going to Oran. Is that actually what it's called?
Yeah, Oran Park. A little
Oran.
bit.
So we're going to the UK. We're going overseas.
Yes, we are, and do a little road racing.
Are we going to do right-hand turns?
I've never heard of that park before. I've never heard of that raceway, and that's because it's not in the country.
Let me tell you right now, of all the road courses, that one is like old country road type road course. Like it's narrow. It's got some really fun chicanes in it. We're gonna have a good time.
Excellent. I might have to just take some laps around there during the week just so I can familiarize myself with it before we hop back on here next Saturday night.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's like in farmland. Got elevation changes, some really nice chicanes, one right after the other. It's really fun.
Sounds like rallycross almost.
I think what they're running is is going to be the north track, which is just it's a figure 8, but it's with a bridge.
Oh, I didn't even know that part existed.
So we got a little shake up here in the points. Corey moving up with a 2-point lead. Justin right behind him. Kevin, who did not exactly have his best race. We've obviously seen him. He finished 13th tonight. Quite a few issues. Some of his own making, some not. And then Wani, who hit everything but the lottery, but we moved up one spot in the points. So still pretty tight points lead, 20 points between first and fifth. So definitely interesting to see how this thing shakes out. How many races do we have in the season there, Andy?
So the remaining schedule is Oran Park, Langley, Oxford, USA, South Boston, and they'll finish up at Charlotte on March 13th.
Charlotte is
the Daytona of street stocks.
Yeah, Charlotte is awesome. That's where street stocks absolutely thrive. That should be a good race there. So USA International, South Boston should be interesting. But road course, we'll definitely look forward to that one.
So where do you put your offset on a road course in a street stock?
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure street stock and road course are two things that are supposed to go together, but
is it mostly lefts?
I would think so.
I was going to say, didn't Brendan do a street stock on the Charlotte Roval?
No, I did a street stock on Daytona Inside for super trucks.
He did, but Brendan did a The October Street Stock Scare was street stocks on the Charlotte Roval.
I missed the Halloween event. That sounds like fun.
Holy moly!
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we put some interesting cars on some very interesting tracks in this league. But like I said before, if you're looking to race, whatever style racing, whatever track, whatever car, there's a good chance we have a league for you.
Absolutely. And, tomorrow morning we're going back to Coffee and Cars. We're going to the iRacing 3 Mile Super Speedway with some Indy cars.
That's going to be something else.
What cars are racing there tomorrow?
The Indy cars. Which
DW12.
There we go.
DW12.
How do you pronounce Delaris? Is that how you pronounce it?
Delara.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fast, super fast, huge track,
Oof.
7 wide. It's the biggest track you'll ever see.
We did 3 classes there. I think we did trucks, the Delaris, and it might have been Xfinity cars. I'm not sure. A while back, I ran in the Delari car, and I want to say I topped out at 243 miles an hour in the draft. So that's an interesting track. I mean, a 3 mile oval is just ridiculous to begin with, but some mastermind at iRacing came up with that.
It's the old Coca-Cola Speedway. So
it's from like NASCAR 2002.
Yeah,
2003. It was the 2003 with the Papyrus guys, and a lot of the Papyrus team moved over to iRacing, and that was the Coca-Cola Super Speedway, and it was a monster back then.
Yeah, there are going to be some good speeds at that track. Those cars are fun to drive, and that high banked 3 mile oval, that should be definitely some interesting racing tomorrow. I might drag my butt out of bed for that.
Well,
I'm East Coast. It's early for me.
It ain't that bad. What time does it start?
10
I don't know.
10 o'clock is practice.
10 Eastern.
Yeah, I'm 9 Central, so I'm an hour behind you all.
Yeah, but I'm already up late.
Nothing happens in the 24 hours at Daytona for the next 8 hours. You can sleep.
Yeah, I have been watching the Rolex 24, which do have the Delari cars on there. A lot of the Cadillacs have been weeding that race, but yeah, I've never made it through all 24 hours of watching the race. So I came pretty close last year, but at some point, I think I'm going to get down there and watch this thing in person. It's at some time. It looks absolutely incredible to see. So I'm interested to see those cars on Coffee and Cars tomorrow. So
that's going to be a fun one. That's in my opinion, probably the most fun group to run with. We have a ton of fun. Everybody's relaxed and doesn't get too uptight about things, and it's a really good group, and we've raced some funky things.
Have you ever seen the show Whose Line Is It Anyway? It reminds me of Whose Line Is It Anyway? It's all made up and the points don't matter.
Exactly.
It really is a fun event. Okay,
the points better matter. What I was going to say is I committed to that one because most series I'll show up, not show up. I'll miss a couple races. That one I was like, oh, well, I've won a couple, so I should probably commit.
The points matter in all of them.
You're right. But that's not what Coffee and Cars is about. It's different tracks, different cars. It's something different every week, right? You step out of your comfort zone and you have fun.
And there's step out of your comfort zone group. And just go out, race, have fun, drive something different every week. We try to keep things the best we can to free stuff, and we got the Pro Light trucks coming. this
I will be there
season.
for that one.
I tried driving those. I am horrible at those things.
I'm surprisingly good at them.
What is? We also have Sunday Night Thunder, which is where are we racing that? Andy,
That
do you know?
I want to say it's Chicagoland.
It is Chicagoland for 100 laps.
Yep, and
I would say
two races left until points reset. Top 10 in points will make the playoffs. And there is a battle for that 10th spot that I am trying to get in. So if anybody wants to come out and wreck some people like Dustin Scruggs to keep him back, and I'll be more than happy to pay you off later.
I was gonna say, is this a paid position? Because I just got my my plug for my wheel today, and I'm broke.
Well, gentlemen, this was an awesome race tonight. You guys did a fantastic job again.
As always,
we can't thank you enough for doing it. And, it was fun to watch. A lot of laughs had tonight. And, I think we're looking forward to a little bit of street stock action on some road courses next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
That's what TDR is about. It's a relaxed league. It's competitive, but it's a great group of guys racing, and really enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody who tuned in here on YouTube, either live. Looked like we had a whole bunch of people watching live tonight, and then the guys that are going to watch it later. Enjoyed the chat as well, chat with everybody. So thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. I'm Andy. Got my sidekick Tommy.
Hey.
Sean and Adam, as always, wonderful on the call. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Right. Have a good night, everyone.
All right.
Good night, fellas.